Well, here at Davos, India is seeming to be a very important high growth market और इसी वजह से बहुत सारे global funds India में एक opportunity देखते हैं to invest in and actually make good money. One of the big global funds here, Investcorp के co-CEO मेरे साथ यहाँ पर हैं Rishi Kapoor. Thank you Rishi, lovely to have you on the show. यहाँ Davos is the right platform जहाँ हम gauge करते हैं mood and sentiment of the world economy. And I think India की तरफ जो लोगों की interest है वो clearly दिख रही है as we are talking to many. आप since you actually pull in funds, you help people make money and India को एक bright opportunity की तरफ से देखा जा रहा है. So what is the sense that you have in terms of the conversations that you're having? कितना bet India पे करना इस वक्त अच्छा है and possibly the red flags that you'll have to be very careful about?
Well, listen Swati, first of all it's great to see you again.
Yes.
It's good to be back here. And you're right, it is very clear now. You had a sense for this back in 2022 itself, but now in the early part of 2023, it's very clear that the world is organizing itself around accepting that it's a quad polar world, right? United States, Europe, China, and India. And that quad polar acceptance in terms of where the engines of not just power, but economic growth are likely to lie in the future is driving a lot of investor interest. Global investor interest, not just domestic investor interest.
But this is
in India. Global investor interest in India. And as you rightly mentioned, we are a global investor. We invest in every market from the United States to Japan and everything.
So India में investments कितने हैं अभी आपके?
Just in the last less than 4 years actually, we have made 15 new investments in India.
Wow.
I'll tell you something, okay? It is the most active market in the last 3+ years for Investcorp. We have not made 15 investments in any other market other than India over that period of time. In India, we are focusing on select sectors. Underlying theme common hai, which is the rising middle class. The aspiring middle class that is looking to consume goods and services at a price point that is affordable, that is value oriented. उनको क्या चाहिए? Healthcare, financial inclusion.
और ये areas में penetration अभी हुआ नहीं है उतना, so opportunities ज़्यादा है.
Green, white space is immense, right? Relative to any other advanced country, India GDP per capita now has passed $2,000 or close to that. Which means that from here upwards, the trajectory is exponential. And so when you focus on that consumer and you look at what the consumer wants, technology-enabled access to goods and services, we are investing behind that sector. Good quality, affordable healthcare, we are investing in that sector. Access to financial services when you have surplus savings, we are investing in that sector. You look at our portfolio, Fresh to Home is a provider of fresh seafood, from the ocean to your plate on the dinner table, direct, without intermediaries. That creates value, but that provides access to those goods.
Okay.
We are investing in Wakefit, the mattress company. Again, quality quality furniture, bedding equipment at an affordable price.
So you see obviously the opportunity, ये space and ये segments grow करेंगे and यहाँ पर आगे future है and that will give you a good return on your investment.
That is what we have done, but there are 2 other areas जहाँ पे हमको और भी incremental potential दिख रहा है. एक तो logistics. Logistics we really think has a long runway in India, and we've started investing in the logistics space. Express Bees, I'm sure you've heard of that. That's one of our portfolio companies. NDR Warehousing, that's one of our portfolio investments as well. But the growth potential of the warehousing, distribution, logistics space, both operations and the real asset domain, is huge. The other, I think, that offers a lot of potential is social infrastructure.
Sure.
With a sustainability angle to it. So schools, software infra,
nice.
We are investing in a lot of school assets.
So if you have to give a quantum of how much investments you've made so far and how much more are you committing, क्या number होगा वो?
So right now we are managing just short of $1 billion in aggregate. Last 3 years we've invested more than $500 million in the country. But those numbers pale into insignificance relative to the potential, right?
Sure.
Potential India ka hamare liye is over a medium term horizon 3 to 5 years is 5 billion. That's the number, right? So I'm not talking about doubling or tripling or whatever. I'm saying 5 times, right? 5 times growth over a 5-year horizon. That's what we are setting our sights on.
Very interesting times. So it's nice to know कि लोग बाहर से India को कैसे देखते हैं, and if you are putting the money with the hope that it will grow, clearly, there is that serious commitment in the way you're looking at things.
And it's not just about commitment, Swati. It's also about return, right? Ultimately, as investors,
to
what we are
make
looking
business.
for,
हाँ,
yeah,
it has to
exactly.
make business
We
sense.
have to deliver
So आपको
on a
ये
risk-adjusted
भरोसा
basis.
है. You have that confidence now on India that this will give you good returns.
And we are seeing the results. Last year we exited one of our portfolio companies, healthcare actually, ASGI clinics. Fantastic return, right? In fact, our current portfolio in India is performing probably at a level that I can safely say is at par with, if not ahead of, some of our longer track record portfolios in the US and
Okay,
Europe.
so that's great. That's good news. That only gives you more confidence.
Exactly, and the investors also derive comfort and confidence from that because they are seeing the return and the money coming back and they're recycling and so on. Right?
Okay, all the best. Thank you so much, Rishi. Always a pleasure.